Have you ever sat and pondered just how incredibly intelligent this piece of technology, the human body, truly is? It's not just pseudoscience to say that you can employ simple physical tasks and alterations to your body that will dramatically change your emotional and psychological landscape. If you want to know how to do this, smash that like button, comment below if you're ready, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share the video out far and wide, and get ready for this microdose of infinity. Welcome back to Waking Infinity News. I'm your host, Ben Joseph Stewart. There was this book by Michael Pollan. He wrote it right after I met him at the last MAPS conference in 2017. It's called How to Change Your Mind. And he focuses on psychedelics and their incredible ability to heal people from intractable depression, PTSD, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder. But this left many people wondering, do I have to take a psychedelic? Do I have to ingest something that alters me for several hours to get this kind of benefit? Well, I'm here to tell you there are completely free, completely natural, and also non-hallucinogenic and very legal ways of getting the same exact result just in incremental fashion by accessing this technology, the human body. In my show Limitless, Amy Cuddy showed that arms up in victory pose, just like this, in a V above your head, for 2 minutes will change your entire neurochemistry and the hormones in your body. So cortisol levels drop. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Testosterone levels increase. Testosterone will give you this feeling of being able to take your allotted space. You're allowed to say what you want to say. You're allowed to be here and be exactly as you are. This is so powerful. Just raising the arms above the head for 2 minutes is used as a technique before going into a boardroom or having a difficult conversation with a loved one. This kind of a hack is so powerful that it's being used with high-level, efficient people in business all the way to their love life and self-help programs. So, mind you, this is a way to drug yourself by simply changing your posture for 2 minutes. It's because of this thing called the fascial system, the myofascial system, as some call it. It's the most interconnected system in the body because it touches all other systems, according to James Oshman. Fascia has been found to be an organ unto itself. And Thomas Myers at Anatomy Trains says, all those little individual muscles that we think we have are actually simply individual pockets of only a few myofascial trains or lines that run through the body. But when fascia is not moved intelligently over time, and if it's not fed intelligently over time, it starts to pull on the human posture. So one of the most common postural deficiencies is what's called a hyperkyphosis. Your back, your upper back rounds itself off. Your chest sinks in. It constricts the movement of the rib cage. It presses down into where all of your organs sit in your belly. It cuts off, some say, up to 30% of your oxygen. This hyperkyphosis can cause anxiety, depression, and a slew of other hormonal issues inside the body just because we have become a sedentary and largely sitting culture. Now, this is what caused me many years back to find Naudi Aguilar. He founded what's called functional patterns. And I love that name, functional patterns, because our patterns that we have will change our body. The behavior that we exhibit will actually change the morphology of our bone structure, the way we walk, the way we are able to reach, our ability to reach for something without getting injured, our range of motion, our ability to have just balance simply when we're walking in straight lines. All of these things are patterns that are really employed due to behavior. So Functional Patterns and Naudi Aguilar has specifically taken a look at how do we look at the biomechanics and how that relates to our greater emotional and even our social engagements. Because this will show us, are we healthy? are the patterns of not just our body, but even our mind, and I would say our spiritual patterns, our spiritual aspirations, and the way we go for them. They're probably limited or expanded via the way we access this piece of technology, the human body. I personally believe that this is what the ancient yogis and Tai Chi masters were onto when they were pairing breath practices, movement, and mindfulness into their near-religious disciplines. Every single indigenous group that I have studied has some kind of sidereal ritual dance with unique postures. Perhaps they all understood that our connection with nature was intimately linked to the way we hold our body, our composure. So I want you to keep this in mind. How are you holding your body? Do you have enough oxygen? Is your posture cutting off the way that your ribs are able to expand? All of these little things, mind you, if 2 minutes of this can change the way you feel and, in a sense, how much confidence you have, imagine what this posture does for 8 hours a day for most people who are sitting down working in front of a computer. That's most of us, and increasingly more as the Great Reset is pushed upon us. So I want you to think of this. It's very important. It is not minuscule, and it's not just something that people with too much time on their hands should be thinking of. This is the core of our human potential. So I don't want to go too much more into the philosophical, and if you want to get down to brass tacks and how to actually put this into motion, I've already given you one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is go to the show Limitless on Gaia.com and take a look at that entire series. But I say in the very same episode, take a look in the mirror, smile in the mirror authentically as you can, because yes, there is a subtle difference between the victory pose and "oh, I'm so tired." Yes, they have subtle differences to them. An authentic smile and an inauthentic smile changes subtle, tiny musculature in the face tweaks to cause, yes, very major changes in your hormones and your neurochemistry. So try these things out. But if you really want to go balls deep, go over to benjosephstewart.com, become a member, and with that, you will get access to a bunch of exclusive content that you can also find by becoming a patron on Patreon. Become a member of the Discord chat group. That's where we're going to have a lot of community-based discussion. And I'll catch you guys next time on Waking Infinity News.